Dade Chamber of Commerce. We got Kerry Black, and we're truly honored. We have Lieutenant Colonel Dunk, and you've been serving in the Air Force for how many years?
17 years.
So in the reserves.
In the reserves.
But now right now you're in the reserves. But what's the paperwork called? Because now you're like full time at the base.
Right now I'm on orders in support of our vaccination program.
And vaccination. So you're doing a lot of them on the base. Is that military? Is civil? Who are you giving vaccines
Military
to?
and civilians.
So any civilians that show up?
No, they are actually DoD civilians that belong to our unit.
Organization.
Our organization. Yeah.
Okay, so we were talking before. When did you become a nurse?
I became a nurse in 1992.
And what year is that? That's a long time ago,
That's
huh?
a long time ago. I'm trying to do the math in my head.
All right, so you've been serving 17 years
ago.
Have you gone any places through the military?
On our annual tour, I went to Nellis, and we do a 2-week of annual tour where we go for actual training, and that was a great experience because I was able to see how the military hospital operated, and that for those 2 weeks. And then last year, I was honored to respond to the COVID in New York with the pandemic, and we went and we worked alongside other military personnel and civilian personnel.
Wow. Yeah. So I understand you live in Broward.
Yes, sir.
How long is your commute down there?
An hour.
An hour. So right now you've been you're on reserves, but you've been there. How long have you been working full time for the military in the last?
Mid-January.
You've been busy. So what is your regular job?
My regular job, I'm actually a nurse at Broward Health Medical Center. It's a level 1 trauma hospital in Broward County. And I am what you would call a bedside nurse, where I am the nurse that takes care of the patient at the bedside.
So you got an accent. Where are you from?
Jamaica.
You sound like you're from Miami almost.
Well, she is now.
Were you born here, New York? I mean, where were you born?
I was born in Jamaica, and I came here when I was 16 years old, attended college here. I went to Broward College.
Okay.
And I got my associate's degree in nursing from Broward College. And I also went to FIU. I got my bachelor's and my master's.
You still have relatives in Jamaica?
Yes, I do.
What part of Jamaica?
I'm actually in Clarendon, Maypen.
Okay. I just want to make sure, so when we go to Jamaica, I have a place home.
Right. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Well, I would say I'm from the best parish. I am from the best town. I am from Maypen, Clarendon, where the people love each other. It is a warm community, and we are just there for each other.
That's what community is all about. Is being there for one another. We're kind of talking about that a little bit on the phone on the way in the car on the way up here.
Yes.
What's some of the experiences in the reserves that are unbelievable? There's got to be some great experiences.
The first experience that I think individuals don't get is that the military is a family. It is a family that, whether you're active duty, reserve, whether you're prior service, once you meet someone who was prior service or has any affiliation with the military, you're in a family. It's an automatic family.
Tommy served how many years, Tommy?
8.
In what? United States Army. I know it's not the same level as the Air Force.
Oh, it's a level playing field.
Nonetheless.
Yes.
It is a level playing field.
It is a fraternity.
Like
yes, it is. It's a very good fraternity. And so from the minute I walked in, I've served at Homestead for my entire career, military career. From the minute you walk in, there is someone there to mentor you. There is someone there to say, okay, I'm going to teach you how to be a military person, how to transition, how to be a civilian Monday through Friday, and then 1 weekend a month, put on this uniform, be that face of the military, but also knowing that even when you're not wearing the uniform, you're representing this great organization.
You love the military. You can feel it through double glass.
Yeah.
A double glass and a mask.
Let me, if you don't mind, if I can ask her, what were the events that brought you to the point you said you want to become
Good question.
A reservist? Do you have family members that had all? Do you have a friend or
no?
do you remember
it's actually my father. My father is a retired minister, and he brought us up in my era at age 52. The shows that we watched, the shows that we watched were what we call war movies and westerns, and the experience of watching this along with my father and my siblings was wonderful, and my mother was just wonderful. And I always said I wanted to be in the military. And that one day I literally prayed about it. I discussed it with my family, and I said, this is what I want to do. And they said, give it a year before you make a commitment.
Good idea.
So I gave it a year, and they said, is this still what you want to do? And I went ahead and did it. And then it was after I commissioned.
What's that mean? What's that mean?
Where I'm an officer. So
Okay.
you take a commission as an officer.
Gotcha.
Once I got in, my father then said to me, this was always my dream, to be in the military.
His dream.
His dream, but he never did it.
And how old was he when he came to the United States?
He doesn't live here. He goes back and forth. So I grew up, we lived in Jamaica, so he just visits us here and back and forth.
Well,
and that's how I got in.
And you said you had siblings. Yes?
I do. I have one sister, and the amazing sister, the best sister in the world.
Younger or old?
She's the first. And then I have 5 brothers.
Wow.
And they are amazing.
And where do they live?
I have 2 in Texas. I have a brother here who lives in Broward along with me, and 2 brothers in Jamaica along with my sister.
And are any of them, the ones that are over here, are any of them in the military as well?
No, I am the only one. And let me just say, I have amazing brothers as well. I am spoiled. I am spoiled. Amazing sister and amazing brothers.
Well, obviously you must have amazing parents to have such amazing siblings.
Wonderful. Wonderful parents.
Yeah.
Wonderful parents.
It's great families that make great communities, that make great nations, that make the world a better place to live in. You can tell that she's personally, that's really important. And by the way, I know you said that your father's a retired minister, and my husband's a minister. We've been ministers, and there's no real such thing as retired ministers.
I was just going to say, you never retire. If somebody has a problem, they're calling your dad.
You may not go into an office, a pastor's parsonage every day, but there's always an opportunity.
That is so true. That is so true. That is so true. There's no retirement when you are a minister.
And what you do, especially at the hospitals as a nurse, I mean, that is a ministry as well. I've unfortunately had to have a few surgeries in the past, and there's a big difference between nurses and the ones who just came in and they just were, accomplishing their tasks, and the others that came in and they may not have held your hand physically, but they held your heart. They treated you like they knew that you're in pain. You're scared. I was scared, especially the first surgery I ever had. I'd never, gone through that whole process before. Had to stay for a couple extra days, and it's a scary, even if it's not life threatening. It's just different. It's something you've never experienced before, and to have that caring nurse, that person by your bedside, he's like, you're going to be okay. We're here to take care of you. We know what we're doing. You just get there and you get the rest that you need, and we'll, let's take care of everything else. That makes all the difference in the world.
Your mother?
My mother is deceased. She was a secretary for a long time as an executive secretary at a secondary school, which is in Jamaica. We have primary, which would be an elementary school, and middle. And the secondary school is the high school. So she was a secretary there for years. And she was a mother to everyone.
Not just the, there's 5 in your family or 6?
There's 7.
Seven. So when she works at that school, she was like everybody's mother.
Everyone's mother. She was more like the administrator at that school. So she saw the social issues.
And the counselor.
And the financial planner for individuals in the school to help them to get to that next step, to encourage them to go on to further their education. So wonderful mother, wonderful wife, wonderful sister, aunt.
I mean, wait. So on your mother's side, how many aunts and uncles are there?
My mother has two sisters that one is deceased, and other extended family from her father's side, aunts and uncles. That some of them are deceased, some of them are still.
Your dad, how many aunts and uncles you got on that side?
I have on my dad's side one aunt who lives in Miami who is living, and he has three uncle brothers that are still alive.
So it sounds like a lot of your
A
family.
lot of people. She
Well,
can't.
big
I am a
that
lot.
serve, maybe not in the military, but there's obviously a heart for service to give back to the
A
community.
heart for service.
To that. That's what just makes her so amazing. I
Yeah, you can
love
see
the
it.
conversation that we had, coming up here. It's like, pure heart, a giving soul, someone who's, not here to take, but here to give back. And, we know that our military in particular is filled with people just like that. And, no matter where they're serving, no matter what they're doing, that's like the common thread. You talked about a fraternity, sorority, fraternity, a community.
A community.
That's the common thread is giving back to, be a protecting, or in this situation, is a whole different level. I'm sure you didn't join the military, become a traditional reservist, thinking somewhere down in the future that this season that, we are coming out of, no one knew this, and yet you were there ready. Even working in a hospital, you had to set that aside and serve down in Homestead at the Homestead Air Reserve Base with the 42nd Fighter Wing. And we can't thank you enough for being on the ready 24/7. Whether you're a regular nurse or a regular reservist, and all that goes with that. Thank you. That's
Lieutenant Colonel, what do you do for a hobby? Now you're there 5 days a week?
Yes, sir.
And then when you're a nurse, you're working 4 days a week, right? When
3 12-hour shifts.
Okay. So what do you have hobbies? We know cooking is one of your hobbies.
My family would beg to differ. Cooking, my family would beg to differ. Cooking is not really the hobby. It's a quick fix meal, the veggies. That is really what I do. If it can get in the toaster oven or in the microwave, I'm good.
I like it. That's my kind of lady right there.
So,
what's your hobbies?
My hobby, I read. I love to read.
What's your latest book that you read?
The Common Book of Prayers.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one.
The Common Book of Prayer is from Church of England.
Mm-hmm.
And so I use it as a devotional.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is my latest book. And I've read it quickly, and I'm going through that again.
You're going through it again?
Yes, I am.
So she picked up like one of every magazine, one of every publication that you have out there.
Good, keep you busy.
She'll be finished with it by the time we get back to the base. Right. She'll be finished with it.
So what's the most exciting thing that's happened in how many years again, military?
17 years.
17 years. The most exciting thing.
Exciting is not the word. The most
fulfilling?
That's a good word.
Fulfilling or
fulfilling, as well as reality-based, is what we're actually going through now, what we are all experiencing with the COVID pandemic. It has made us all stop and think. It has made us, and for me personally, what is my purpose here? What am I here to do? And that time that I spent in New York cemented for me what my purpose is. To help people, to be the nurse, to be the caregiver, to be the nurturer. And when you have done all that you can, be there for that person who has to transition. And being a nurse at Broward Health, as well as bringing it back here to Homestead, to what I'm doing now, has made me realize that I'm not here for me. You're not here for you. We're all here for each other. We cannot exist without each other.
Right.
Good, bad, indifferent, we're here for each other. At the end of the day, under it all, we are the same. And we can only come through this pandemic and whatever crises that we may have in our life, if we stick together.
Right.
And that is what is the most poignant experience that I've had.
So she's gonna run for president.
Pastor, I'm listening to your
know,
church.
right,
You're
right?
good. You're very good.
I love it. I love it.
I can feel it through the glass. You're very passionate about life,
Yes.
and you're absolutely correct about this. The virus has changed a lot of people's thoughts, and I think
like a reset button that's been hit.
Yes,
you know,
it is a reset.
It's not been pleasant. It's been challenging and stretching. I think as the world we've been stretched in a way that we never thought to be stretched, and it's been painful, and we've had some setbacks and things like that. But we all pull together. We all recognize we're all the same, and we're all one human race.
You guys are on the same page.
We're totally on the same page. We're gonna start preaching right now. Just to let you know.
Lieutenant Colonel, how many shots are the base doing a day, give or take?
We are not doing daily vaccinations. Because it's voluntary. Again, the COVID vaccine is voluntary. We are encouraging people to take it, but it is voluntary. So what happens? We get a list of those individuals, military members and DoD civilians who would like to get it, and after that we request our vaccines. When they come, then we give the vaccines. So it is not a daily basis.
Gotcha.
It is as we give, as we have the need.
Is there on the base? Is there a hospital? What is it?
We are a reserved unit, and so our medical squadron, the 482nd Medical Squadron, it's not a training facility. It is not a treatment facility. So our assignment, our job role is a little bit different. So we do not treat. We are there to ensure that people are fit and ready to deploy. We do their physical examinations, and we want to make sure that you're healthy to deploy. So
Gotcha.
That's the bulk of what we do.
Would you like some Cuban coffee?
No, thank you. No, thank you. I have stopped
the last time
caffeine for Lent.
The last time she brought it over, I had a meeting immediately after, and I talked way too fast and said way too much just because of that caffeine. So I'm gonna go with you and hold off anymore.
Well, hers is for Lent. I like that. Okay, let's talk about South Dade Chamber of Commerce.
Okay, can we do that? Yeah. Well, South Dade Chamber's right here. Just what she's. You represent
South Dade beautifully.
Even though she lives in Broward, that's the beauty of
it. We let you get a
you.
passport to come down here.
I like that.
Miami-Dade passport.
Do you feel it? People say, when I cross that imaginary border, it's like Checkpoint Charlie. When I cross that, when I go right past the stadium, it's like I'm in
another world. Another world.
Not at all. This is South Florida. It's the best place to be.
Absolutely.
Hey, we have let's hire her. Can we hire you to be our spokesperson for South Florida, South Dade, especially South Dade? So yes, we have a lot to talk about, and I'll try to talk as fast as I can, as clearly as I can. So we have new members since the last time we were talking. We have Fairfield Inn in Florida City. Welcome aboard, everyone. We love having you guys. We're going to come take a tour of their facility, hopefully next week, so hang on for that. We have Camp Gladiator. It's a new fitness center in Homestead that is getting ready to open up. We're excited about that because we need to be fit more than ever before. Yes. We recognize we have a ways to go when it comes to well-being and including fitness. And then we also have AHS Residential. They're new trustees, by the way, Tommy and Grant. They're of our chamber, and here's why they joined our chamber. They know our chair-elect. Her name's Lucia. She'll be with us next week when we're talking about the Ladies of Legacy Leadership Lunch. We'll get that to in a minute. They build developments, rental townhomes and apartments. And Lucia had gone to them and said, hey, our military needs more developments in the deep South Dade area that are military ready, military friendly, that they have lease agreements that, for our E1s through our E6 or E7.
Wait. You're speaking.
Okay. E1 through E7. What does that mean? E stands for? Enlisted.
Okay,
enlisted.
Gotcha.
So they're just starting out in the military. They're not making a ton of money,
You're absolutely right.
But yet they're here to serve our community. And we want, as a community, especially in the South Dade area, we want to be giving back to our military, making sure that we've moved beyond military friendly into military ready.
Gotcha.
And so this organization, AHS Residential, is going to partner with us, and we're going to work on a whole leasing agreement that is military ready, that just for our military, just show your ID, whether you're reservist, active duty. They're going to make sure that those special needs are being taken care of, that they get in quickly. And they've actually worked out, this is so cool, they have worked out an agreement with IKEA, and you can actually move straight into an apartment already furnished with brand new IKEA furniture. If you live in the same apartment, my understanding is, I might have this a little wrong, for 2 years or more, you now own that furniture. So when you go into a furnished apartment, they're going to have an agreement that's saying you pay a little extra every month, and at the end of 2 years, that furniture is yours. So is that not fabulous? I mean,
very nice.
That is really, really nice. The people there are thinking way ahead and ensuring, especially for military, right? So they're doing some incredible things for our military. So speaking on that, next week, March 17th, we're having our second annual Ladies of Legacy Leadership Luncheon, or LOL is what it went. We didn't plan it like that. It just came out like that. Lucia's who's going to be here with us next week.
Right.
She's partnering with us with the National Association of Women in Construction. That's what she does, and she's on that board as well. She's on many boards. She is another give back to the community person. And it was a great success last year. We're going to do it again this year. We'll do it outside at Spur of the Moment Ranch, which is in the Redland. So we're going to keep everybody safe, socially distanced, the whole 9 yards. That we as the chamber with our Military Affairs Committee are going to host around 38 military and or women in military and or a spouse in the military. So next week. So all those folks who got that invite, we need your name. We need to put you on a list, because the rest of the event is sold out. It's sold out like in the first week.
Exciting. It's
very exciting stuff. It's at yet another beautiful venue out there in the Redland. We talk about the Redland so much. Well, and they've been a huge asset for us in the South Dade. We've been able to have some of these events. They're still smaller than we normally would, but because it's outdoors, we created an even healthier environment, and people want to come together. I mean, you talk about family, you talk about community, and we've been isolated for so long or separated, and they're really looking for opportunities to kind of come together. So we're going to celebrate women. We're going to celebrate women in the military, military spouses. We have, I want to say, Sergeant Major, and I might have her rank wrong. She's from Southcom. She's a senior religious leader in Southcom, and she's going to open us up, and she's going to say a few things. So she's going to open it up for us next week, and we're going to have a group of panelists from female leaders from all over Miami-Dade County. So we're excited about that.
Trustees? So
trustees, the new one is AHS. I got a call last night. We have a member joining. They haven't joined yet, so I'm not going to say their name. They'll be coming out with us very soon. It's a neighbor right down the street from us.
What about Justin? We won't say his last name.
I know, right, Justin? Like, got to get that guy to call me back here. So we got to have him on. So anyway, he's been amazing. I know he's been super busy. He's opening up some car washes, and he already talked to me about doing something special for the military as well.
Good.
They come through and get a special discount. So that's the other thing we're going to start working on are those members who offer a military discount. We're going to make sure that every one of you folks know that all throughout Miami-Dade County. So it's not, we don't want it to be awkward, like, do you offer a military discount? Like, it's going to be so obvious that they offer it, and they're already going to know the program, and again, do our part to give back as a community back to this wonderful military community that we have all over Miami-Dade County, but especially in South Dade and Homestead.
Thank you.
Lieutenant Colonel, we usually do this little game at the end.
I didn't warn her at all.
Well, problem is we
usually
do restaurants, but you don't eat. So
she's very healthy.
I'm only going to do a few with you.
So while he's doing that, by the way, Lisa Greer, she is our treasurer on our executive committee. She's an AVP for Center State South State Bank. Okay. She says hello and thank you for your service. So she's amazing. She watches every show. Thank you, Lisa.
Honored.
Lieutenant, your favorite animal? Go.
Dog.
See, that didn't throw her off. Uh-oh.
Okay. Football or soccer?
Soccer, definitely.
Okay, what's your favorite soccer team other than Jamaica?
Tottenham Hotspurs.
What's that?
Hey, it's a team.
It's a team.
Okay. I love it.
You stumped him. I love it.
Your favorite cowboy?
John Wayne. Of
okay.
course.
Your favorite movie in a cowboy?
Oh my God. My favorite movie, my favorite movie, my
Favorite
favorite
Western?
movie. Oh,
Okay.
I am drawing a
I
blank.
know, right?
Let's go
They
back to
haven't
that.
been in a long time.
Okay.
You know, you got
As
to
a-
go back into our memoirs.
During the holiday as a kid, whatever holiday you celebrate, what was your favorite gift as a kid?
My family.
Oh my.
Don't
This
you
is
love her?
unreal.
That's it. She's going everywhere with me.
Okay.
We're best friends now. Love her.
New Year's resolution. Did you have one?
Always have one, and that is to work on me.
Okay. Here's the tough one. This is easy, but not for you.
We're gonna be here for another couple hours.
Brothers and sisters, go. Their birthdays.
My sister is, I have a sister and a brother in February.
Okay. We don't have to have the years.
Yeah,
Just
there's too
months
many.
good. Months are
Month
good.
is good. Another brother for December, 2 in October, and one in July.
Dad,
Dad is June.
birthday.
Your birthday.
My birthday, January.
So she just had a
Okay. Aunts and uncles. You want to name all 20 of them?
No. I will leave someone out and someone will get upset.
Okay. The magic of the mix.
Yeah.
What's so special about the reserves in the military? Just
Oh,
use
reserve
not
base.
sentences. Use some just one word. It's like family. You named a lot of.
Commitment,
Commitment.
Give me
Loyalty.
some more.
loyalty, friendship.
Okay, now
Life.
Mentor. She
Okay,
said mentor,
okay.
community.
now Broward. You work at Broward. Which hospital?
Broward Health Medical Center.
What's great about that place? You've been there how long?
18 years.
Wow.
Wow.
Our doctors are the best. There is a family at Broward Health. Our
So you're pretty lucky.
I am
Your
lucky.
There you go.
reserves is family. You have a
Didn't
huge
compromise.
family. The Broward, your hospital's family.
our hospital at Broward Health, one of the things that has affected us is because we have to do physical distancing.
Mm-hmm.
It will be nothing to see people greeting each other with a hug.
Mm-hmm.
And it is from the physicians, everyone, physicians, administration, peers, everyone loves each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be difficult, but we're still a family. And we give excellent care. Excellent care.
Wow.
We're gonna have another show. We're gonna bring back. We talk about the importance of a positive attitude.
Yeah, right.
I
So
love it.
it's really an honor to have you. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
serving. You know, I see Tommy every day, so it's not like I used to think 8 years was a long time, but every time we get somebody from the base, it's longer and longer. So thank you again,
You're
and
welcome.
South Dade Chamber appreciates us, and hopefully you can come to some of the events in South Dade. So turn it over to you.
I'm going to close it out by giving a huge shout out. I know that our staff is listening, and they always do every single time while they're still doing their thing over there. I was sharing with Lieutenant Colonel that today is Carlos Sobavarro's birthday. Carlos is our Chief of Staff and our Military Affairs Committee liaison. And I'm not going to say how old he's turning. He served our nation for 26 years.
Wow.
Retired first sergeant from the Army, Tommy. And you'll never meet a more amazing human being. Maybe my husband, but other than Carlos,
than Tommy and me.
you have revolutionized our chamber internally. He is as committed as anybody I know. He doesn't even have to work. He's retired, and he comes in every day faithfully. I mean, he won't leave until I leave. 95% of the time, I'm like, no, it's time for you to go home. And he just finds. I mean, I've never met anybody like Carlos, and I know a lot of it has to do with the family that he was raised in. He came over here from Nicaragua as with political asylum, and said, I need to serve my new country and as
Yes.
a citizen, and he did for 26 years faithfully. And so that's the word I'm going to leave with is his faithfulness. I can't thank you enough, Carlos. Bye, everybody. Have a great afternoon.
Have a
Take
great
care.
day.